Hey everybody, this is Chris with Reptiles and Oddities. How's everybody out there doing this good old morning? Man, we're doing pretty good over here. I'm working on another enclosure. Animals are doing good. The new babies are doing wonderful. And there's a dog out there somewhere. You heard him just whimper. I don't know where that's at because we don't own a dog, but neighbors do. How about I turn this camera around and try to show you a vision I've got for the baby uh, het caramel female Burmese python. She's only going to be in this cage for a while because I know how fast they grow. But let's get her into an enclosure out of the quarantine rack that she's in. So right here is what I'm looking at. I do got to repaint it because it's kind of, well, I need to clean it off because there's a dog out there. Huh, must have been neighbors. But I'm going to redo the black on it. And then we're going to, I need order vents for it. I've got the tracks made from Honored Reptiles. I just got to pay him. So hopefully that will change here this weekend. And actually, we're planning on going down to Dallas next weekend. So therefore, if that's so, I'll just pick up the tracks then and save money on shipping since we're just like an hour and a half away. Maybe 2 hours. But this is kind of what I am envisioning right here. I'm thinking of an old temple or an old rock cliff in the jungles of Vietnam, Indonesia, places where you find burmese in the natural range. So what I thought with that piece right there, I'm thinking of like a vine or a piece of the tree going up. So which I need to continue going that way and make a piece come up and go that way. So I need some more foam, lay it on its back and do that. And then once it's all done, get it come through and carve it. So what you see is the gray foam. That's going to be carved out kind of like rocks, maybe like, I don't know, make a cliff maybe with the tree growing around it. And then everything else, the spray foam will be carved to be the tree. So, yeah. And then we get to paint the tree part, of course, brown like the tree would be with some moss on it, which I actually will tack on legit moss. And then the silver or gray foam would be carved out to be the rock. So we get to paint it all up. And yeah, which if I'm going to do that, I need to have foam actually on the foam, or I need the spray foam on the insulation foam, because in nature, when a tree grows around a rock, it's going to grow onto the rock, little pieces of the tree and all that stuff, like the new roots, not roots, but new vines and stuff like that will grow onto the rock, so do that. But what this does, it lets the berm get up there high if she wants to. And then I'll have vines in here too, in the dead space, so therefore if she wants to climb, she can. Also, I did this. The spray foam has been sprayed around the edges and everything back behind there, so she can't get behind the background, because this is fixed in there. You can't take this out. So yeah, this took 3 cans of foam so far, so maybe 2 more cans will work. So yeah, so just make sure there's no other little holes that she can get behind there and get stuck behind the background. Snakes are really good at finding holes. So I do not want to rip this thing out once I get it done. So the glue that's holding the foam together is actually, I gotta turn it around. Liquid Nails Extreme Heavy Duty. Bonds in extreme temperatures, 22 degrees up to 120. Too fast, stronger than the fastest alone. All weather, all seasons performance. So it would be good for whenever it's humid in there. So the glue will not deteriorate. So how about we show y'all babies? Alright, with the lid off, we got the little babies in here. Yeah, you can tell. They're ball pythons. Got two right here. So they're starting to get their color in. You know, one looks like they still got a little bit of the first shed on. The other two have gotten their first shed off. So, no problem. So, they're starting to color up really good. So, they have not taken their first meals at all yet. Little cutie. So, I have them in this for now. And then, once I get things set up, they will have their own little enclosures each. It's just right now, they were born together. I'm going to keep them together for now. So, put the lid on. There is a heater, under tank heater in there. I do spray it. I'm actually going to hook up a fogger in this thing to keep the humidity up there. And I'm going to put a gauge in there so I can keep the gauge up correctly and make sure everything runs correctly in here. But, little ball pythons. Just absolutely adorable. So, yeah, I've got baby ball pythons. Now, what am I going to do with them? Well, actually, what am I going to do with this room? Things have been changing. My mind has been changing on a few things. So, right off the bat, I'm not keeping those baby ball pythons. No. What I'm going to do is a shed test on them. The father is spot nose, desert ghost, het clown, het orange tree. The female is a pastel. And that's all we know. On the second shed, and that's what I'm going to divide them. So I'll make sure the sheds are to that snake so we know which one's which. I will send those to RGI and have them tested. And when they come back, okay, cool, I'll price them to what they are. Doesn't mean that I'm going to price them normal. If, let's say, they're the jeans that cost over $1,000, $2,000, they'll be $500. And sure, someone out there that's a ball python breeder, like, get up, tightwad, and pissed off, and all this stuff because I'm selling cheaper. You gotta get one thing. Who knows Reptiles and Oddities as a ball python breeder? Who knows Reptiles and Oddities? Not that many people. So, I try to market my animals that are ones I'm produce to, let's say, okay, I don't know how much a desert ghost goes for, but let's just say $1,500. I price at $1,500, and then Bob Balls, or somebody else that's a big name in here, Nerd or whatever, has their animals for the same price. Well, guess what? They're going to go to them versus me. That's why I don't want to keep them, so I'm just going to sell them to get them to move and all that, but also have money to maybe go buy a crocodile. Yeah, I said it. I want morlets. If y'all saw me on Take Some Exotic, you know I want morlets. I might have found somebody that has morlets, so if I can, I'm going to be buying one or two of them. That, and also wanting to get into green tree pythons and other more expert leveled animals. So that's why this room is starting to change a little bit. I'm thinking about getting rid of some of my animals like the snoring gopher, maybe the corn snake, hell, maybe the ball pythons completely. Yeah, just get rid of some of what's going to be known as your common snakes that you see at every show, at every pet store, and stuff like that. So I want to get those more niche animals that you don't see, because that's what draws my attention more. Most of these are just rescues and surrenders, okay? That's what most of these are from. Same, my ball pythons. I didn't pay full price on them. I didn't go to a breeder and get them. I was given. The female was given to me from the pet store I worked at. And then the male was given to me from a good friend. Yeah, she's a breeder, but she gave it to me at a really good, damn good deal. And all. And then the Sonoran gopher was a surrender. The corn snake, a surrender. So again, like I'm saying, I don't know. I kind of the common stuff is going to come through and it's going to go out. I mean, I might keep some. I'm like, I'm going to keep the bearded dragon. I don't know if I want to keep the leopard geckos because there's way much cooler. There's way cooler and more rare reptiles out there, like little lizards. That would be really cool to have. And you go to everybody's collection, you see leopard geckos. They're so freaking common. Of course they are, because they make great animals. So, yeah, I don't know. Oh, y'all want to see something cool? Awesome? Check that out. Purple palm pit viper. Absolutely gorgeous little male right there. I took him in because he was I'm taking care of someone's collection, and he was a real tricky eater. He wouldn't eat half the time. Well, since I had him, he's been eating, and the fan just cut off, so the wind speed has died down. But yeah, so I've had him in here. He's been eating good and everything. I need to hook a fogger up to him to keep the humidity up, because right now I'm just spraying. But yeah, really cool one. I don't know if he's going to stay in my collection at all. I hate calling these things collection because they're animals. I don't know what other word I can say. If I say family, that might be a little too creepy. But yeah, it's a beautiful little viper right there. But yeah, I got to get in this room. I got to clean this room. And how you doing, sweetheart? So, yeah, I got to get to clean this room. There's the female. You took down a chicken, a little chicken, and a medium, a small rat, dude, or girl. You still hungry? Yeah, she's still hungry. I can tell what way she's looking. So yeah, now the Sonoran gopher's in here. He might be going. If I do, I might sell the whole enclosure and be like $250 for everything, and the snake goes with it. So, Desert iguana, I gotta clean. He makes a mess out of everything. He pulls it and just drags it around. If you're wondering, his broke tail came like that, and that's actually female. So, I need to clean your cage. The timber is back there, growing like a hog, looking really good. Yeah, really good looking timber. Everybody else is good. And oh, look, got a shed. That's cool. One of them shed. I need to clean y'all out. I need to clean that little one out. I think that one's good. I need to clean y'all's. That one. Well, no, actually, the western or the black rat's good. Where is the black rat? There he is. Nope. Wait. I think I do see him. I think I see him very little bit in that little hut. So yeah, spider's doing good. The tarantula's doing good. Let's see if we can see the ornamental. Oh yeah, we can. There's the ornamental. The Indian ornamental. You can see him hanging out right there. Beautiful. So, and the boa's cage. Yeah, there's only one boa in here right now because I had the female that rode on me that had all the babies in her. That was a complete failure right there. But yeah, but I got two more, and the male boa's in here, and I've got two more. I got a smaller one that I don't know if will go in here, but the other one will possibly go in here. So they can go between the bottom or the top, whatever they prefer. And yeah, I just want to change it up a little bit in here, like redo the bedding, redo the water source, move that height down to the bottom, and yeah, and just redo a few things in here. And then, like I said, that. But Yeah, and there's my toque. I gotta clean yours because, dude, you doo-dooed on the front glass big time. So I gotta get them all cleaned. That's what I gotta do today. But Lucifer, and then the carpet right there. He's growing really good. So yeah. And your humidifier just went out too. I gotta fill yours up. So yeah. Alright guys, until then, I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Things are gonna change. I gotta build a big ass enclosure right here where these 20 gallons are. And then these 20 gallons are going right here on this wall. So just kind of like how the corn snake is set up on a shelf. You see right there? I'm going to do that just all up and down here. So it sucks it up against the wall as good as close as it can be. And hell, who knows, I'll probably just build a little better too if I put a board on there and just stack 20 gallons there and put a big old 6 foot by 4 foot cage right here, or close to 4 foot. I don't know exactly. Maybe 2 more 20 gallons on top. Then this tank and this tank. I already got the wood. I just need to build it. It's gonna be something kind of like that, except for it's gonna be a little taller. So therefore, this sets, and then this sets right here. So I'm gonna put it there. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be getting rid of that. Then again, maybe not. Maybe it'll fit right here and actually fill this whole space up. Because that's for the Savannah monitor. That's in the 75 gallon right now. So, yeah. I don't know. I gotta figure out some things. Originally I wanted 4 feet deep or so. It's because I wanted to build a area where it could go underground and hide if it wants to. And they'll have the top space to wander around if it wants to. So give it the options. But yeah. But that's how things are going. Get out here in the garage. Yeah, we got that tank. I got the Zen habitat that's going to my buddy's house. Got the Retix cage. Glass is in. I just gotta get the tracks in the glass. I'm hoping people would buy. Like I got the king snake right there. I got that tank over there. I got this one right here. If people will pay me, I will have the money to get the tracks in the glass for that enclosure and this enclosure. Then that one can go in there. This one can get done, and that one can go in there. And then the little berms come out of quarantine and go in there. So this king, supposedly I have a buddy that wants them for $150. That's tank and everything. He's a hypo Brooks king. So he's hiding, and I'm not going to go look for him. So I got this cage that I'm going to fix up. The top does not stick on no more because the little pieces are broke. So I'm going to glue it on since you can access it from the front. And then, yeah, I'm going to see about how I can just at least get one to work, because you have these little deals right here for your wires to go through if you want to put anything in there. So do that. That's going to be up for sale. And then that cage is actually up for sale. Actually, I got someone buying that one, so I got to get it cleaned. I got the lid glued on that side because that one broke, and the outside worked. So clean it and all that. And then he's coming to get that one. I got a buddy coming to get it. So yeah, Ozzy now. There's Ozzy. Yep, the berms. He's either 13 or 14 foot, somewhere around there. And of course he's growing too, because he did shed. He shed a whole skin. All one piece, so hell yeah. And he takes down 10-pound rabbits. And it gives a good lump in them, so perfect. I found a humidifier that I want. It's called Spider Farm humidifiers. That I'm going to plug in here and all. I don't know, I found some tubs on Marketplace. I don't know if I want to do that or just build my own pond. Kind of want to build it, so therefore there won't be a space behind it. If I build it, it'll be just wood, kind of like make a box over there, and then coat it in dry lock, and then put a rubber liner in there. And then that would have water, and then I'd put a little spigot at the bottom of it to drain it if I need to. But where the hell am I going to drain it to? I don't know, probably won't do that then. And then I also need to get a bunch of branches in here because water source, we'll place that. Water source over there, he can fit in. That he can't fit in. That's for drinking only. But I come in here with the garden hose and I spray it in here and all. So, yeah, it gets good humidity in there. And you add some of this. Use the same dry lock can that you've mixed in. Why was other pieces that come back to recover because it didn't get the first cover is darker than that? You see those all over the place. That's literally from the same can that was pre-mixed in the same color. I don't know, but we're going to change that here soon. There we go. So yeah. Yep. All right. So, yeah. And I'll tell you this real quickly too. Y'all wondering how I'm feeding the burms? Well, y'all know I raise my own rats for the smaller ones, right? Well, here about 2 weeks ago, a gentleman called me and said he was getting out of the rabbit business. So he sold me his rabbits. So come down here, and there we go. I have a rabbit breeding situation going on, and they have their hide boxes. You see one right there. These are all females. Here's the one male. I got a piece of tin I'll throw on here just so the rain wouldn't, he has a place to hide. I do want to put a box back there and do that for him. I've got this male and I've got 2 more males in here, so I need to call one of them and then keep you, so I have 3 breeding males, 6 females, and then from there I have food for my burms, and of course baby rabbits are pretty small, so I'll have all different size rabbits. And so rabbit is on the menu for snake reptile diet. Also, anybody locally that has big snakes too, or that wants rabbits for their other snakes too, as long as they can properly take down the rabbit, I'll have them up for sale. So also they're meat rabbits, so if anybody wants to butcher one, you can. Also, we'll be selling pet rabbits too. Not those, because those are my breeding ones, but later on I will be selling rabbits, especially around Easter, and just do that, make a good little income coming in that helps these reptiles. So, and hell, who knows, I might put some of the money to the hot rods and get the little Maverick running. I need to get this car on the ground and driving. I miss driving this car. So, alright guys, until the next time, I'm going in because I guess we're about to head over to Texas to go shopping. I gotta get a few things for the little burm's cage, and I might see if I can get something for Ozzy's cage, which the little burm's, her name is Sharon, and the big boy is Ozzy, because Sharon was originally younger than Ozzy Osbourne. So I thought I'd do that one and show my little respect for Ozzy. So, because I got to meet Ozzy when I was 16. I went to Ozfest and I got to see him play. I'm a big fan of Ozzy. I can play some of his music on guitar. He's the reason why we got metal, and as if y'all know me, y'all know I'm a huge metalhead. So yeah, it sucks that we lost him, but he was up there in age. So yeah, we just know he's ruling the underworld now. So alright guys, until next time, catch you on the next one. Bye bye.